Hey there, Tiger friends. It's Meredith again with Tiger Lily Resources, and we are back again for another segment of TigerTales. And last we had left each other, I had said that I was going to tie up some fragmented ends of the House of Rahab, the drop-in center, and enter Miss Scarlet, the RV. All right, so I will start with the House of Rahab. So this year, 2021, has absolutely been a little bit of a unique year. I will say it was a year of maintaining, persevering, and preparing. Okay, so like I said, 2020, the Rona had hit the house. So we were down for a while with that. And we started back up again. And that was the very challenging participant that we had. And in that time, that was towards the end of November, we had lost connection with our peer mentor. There was a very unfortunate chain of events that took place, and we had to make whatever. We had to part ways. So that put a huge strain on what we were able to do at the house, because it definitely takes more than one person to manage dealing with these ladies, because eyes are always on them. So I had diligently tried to prayerfully tried to find a replacement person. And we did have a couple people in mind. Some people were kind of part-time-ish. Interviewed somebody that I thought was gonna be a really good fit, and it just wasn't. It just didn't pan out. I was looking for a dedicated house mama for these ladies, so I could be freed up to do other elements of the ministry that were so important to do for growth, and it just wasn't happening. So because of that, I was not able to bring any other ladies into the house. But at the same time of not having ladies in the house, we were still looking for other property in the city, because we had left the drop-in center. So kind of a lot of unknowns at the same time. So, in looking for another property for the drop-in center, we got really kind of creative, and we would find properties that we could fit our needs into, as opposed to getting a building and then making it fit us, if that makes any sense. We found some options, but then they ended up not being options because, doors closed, way too much work, money to go into them. So I put that search on pause. So the house was on pause. Oh, and then in the house, during COVID, our insurance carrier got bought out by a different company. And when we got the insurance on the house to begin with, it was a big deal to get this insurance, because the community that we served were considered really high risk, because they were very not clean ladies. They were still they weren't going through a treatment program first and then coming here. We got them first. So it was high risk, and it was really hard to find coverage, but we finally got it. Well, when the insurance company got bought out by a different company, we had to submit a whole new different application with the new company, and they weren't having it. So I guess their risk levels changed a bit during COVID. They dropped a lot of high risk things. So we found out that we didn't have coverage for that service. Well, that's what we did at the house. So we were like, oh my gosh. So we couldn't at the time bring girls into the house until we found better options, alternatives, whatever. So I got turned on to another company that does insurance for another community in Kansas City, Missouri, Restoration House. And they are a broker, and they do kind of outside of the box ministry type of insurance policies. So we talked to him, and he brokered it out, and it took him, several weeks to kind of shop it around. And he calls me back, and he also couldn't find coverage. Nobody would take it. So I asked him, I said, do me a favor. I was like, I really feel like God is up to something here. So just whoever would give coverage for the property and the contents, go with that. And then we're going to see what God's up to. So So yeah, so we were just kind of in this holding period and waiting on the Lord. And it was for me very personally, very, very trying. Yeah, a lot of, I guess you could say maybe a lot of isolation. Things that I just wasn't used to that. So man, I feel like I'm kind of rambling on this one. This is not the way I thought it was going to go. I think I'm tying things up though. So the house was on pause because we didn't have a house mom and we didn't have insurance for the program. We had insurance for the property, not the program. So we couldn't even do the program. Didn't have the means to do it. Then moved out of the center, tried to find properties, couldn't find properties, so couldn't even do it. Right? Then not long ago, like a couple months ago, that's when the Lord impressed upon me about Scarlett and about using what's in my hand and bringing her to life. So these last couple of months, that's what we've been doing, is working on that. And it's been a labor of love, I will say. I've been busting my butt doing my part, and working with a mechanic who is really good at what he does. But it's very sporadic when he comes out. So I was hoping to have it done by November 15th. Well, here we are, December 4th, and she's almost done. So when she is up and running, starting and running solid, and for me, that I feel comfortable doing that, she started several times. We have not driven her yet. So he came back out Thursday. And he got it started again, and then it wouldn't start again. And he said he was going to come back Saturday. He didn't come back Saturday. So here we are. Today's Sunday, December 4th. And I'm hoping that he comes out tomorrow. So when he gets her started tomorrow, then she is going to go on to her next step in getting ready. So I don't want to get into just yet because I am going to make some pretty cool announcements, and I kind of want to make them a little official of the announcements of what we're doing. But Scarlett is finally got an assignment, and it's a pretty cool, big, expansive assignment. This just came to my mind, so I want to share this with you guys. Also in quarantine time, so I want to say this was probably around maybe June of 2020. I really feel like so much time has been just vaporized. I can't even believe I'm talking about June of 2020. Anyway, God gave me a vision that I was standing at the upper shoreline in the Gulf of Mexico. So I was standing somewhere around Florida, Alabama line. And I very well could have had 1 foot in Alabama, 1 foot in Florida. I don't know. But I was very, very tall because I could see the entire country. But I knew I was standing there, and I had this big, huge fishing net. And I threw the net. And this just struck me the other day. I was thinking about this the other day. When I threw the fishing net, I did not throw it out into the water. I threw it out across the country. And when it went up, it basically covered the entire center of the country. And there was little white, pin drop lights in certain areas. And I didn't know where all those areas were right away. I really kind of kept pressing into that, kept praying, and just kind of kept all senses open for the connecting of the dots of what that meant. So I did know, he's told me a few times in my own, visions and stuff, but he's also told me through people that have prayed for me and just spoken some things out over me in prayer without even knowing that I've already had these visions, that the Lord is expanding what we're doing to touch many states and nationwide. And I that's probably been spoken at least 6 times minimum, at least. So again, that was June of 2020 that I had that vision, and here we are about to come up to 2022. So there's a lot to be said about being patient and waiting on the Lord and seeing what the heck he's talking about, because he doesn't tell you everything all the time. He needs you, wants you to depend on him, be patient with him, be obedient to the steps that he does give you to show you where you're going. And just he's like, okay, you're going to go, I'm going to show you this. You're going to go there. If you go there, I'll show you something else. Right. So I've been doing that. And the casting of the nets, it's about to happen. And it's about to happen in a way that I didn't expect it. This is not what I thought at all. And so even with Scarlett coming to life and her being assigned a duty, like I have in my mind what I'm pretty sure what this assignment is, but he always blows my mind. So we'll see what it really, really is. But I'm taking the steps. There's so many times I've been outside working on the RV, just encouraging myself because I'm like, God, why are you having me do this? Like, I've never rehabbed a 1978 Ford Coachman RV. I've never rehabbed something like that. So like, why do you have me doing this? And I just was trusting him. He never answered me ever. I just kept going because I knew that's what he told me to do. So I'm finding out what he's having me to do. So we are now current. We have gotten TigerTales current. Okay. So I'm going to be making 2 announcements this week, on Thursday and on Friday. So I hope you watch. I hope you wait. I hope you anticipate. I hope you are as excited as we are, because we're just excited to see what the Lord's doing, and always so honored and excited to be a part of it, because my goodness, to be trusted enough to do the work that he has assigned for us is pretty incredible. So thank you guys for watching these many episodes of the past. And now we're here in the present, and I'm going to be telling you what's coming up in the future that I know. So God willing, here we go. So we're going to do it on Thursday and Friday of this week. So I don't even know what those dates are. Let me look really quick. Those dates will be, if it would cooperate with me right now, December 9th and 10th. We're going to be making announcements. So very exciting stuff. Stay tuned. Thank you guys for watching always. Thank you for your prayers, your support, your encouragement, your love, everything. Cannot make this happen without you. And this is Meredith with Tiger Lily Resources, and I'm signing off.